The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
This is the Wake Up Crew on News Radio WGNS.
I said, the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
With John Dinkins, Brian Barrett, and Dalton Barrett.
No truer words were ever spoken. The boys are back in town. Well, there's one boy and two old guys.
Do you remember when this intro was made? Because I do.
I don't remember it all.
This was the intro made for our first show back in the studio post-COVID.
Really?
When we all three were finally back in the studio together, that was the intro that was made for that.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we were back.
Yeah, it took me a couple more weeks than you guys to get back.
Yes. Well, we did those shows from home.
Yeah.
The weeks that you were out, and then when we all came back, that was.
I tried to have one the day before I went in the hospital. I did one show.
And he said, "I'm out.
I'm out. I can't handle it anymore."
And then we finished up. I
That's
think.
when the
And then
dog
you
is
said you were out.
That was when my dog was a little puppy and he chewed my glasses while I was laying on the couch. I think I would have been dead if my daughter hadn't come in and go, "You're going to the hospital."
Chipper would have eaten you.
But I give her credit. You know, she went in there knowing COVID infected hospital, and she went right through there. Although I do think she gave it to me, so I know her husband did.
And then you gave it to the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I called. I said, "Hey, do you want me to go?" And Brian goes, "Well, are you feeling okay?" Yeah. I said, "Well, I think you need to go and go then." And there you go. But now he treats me like dirt because I gave it to him. I did feel good that day though, didn't I?
I allowed you to choose.
I ate it. Well, see,
Golden
the Golden
Corral.
Corral.
you need to make a decision. No, I don't want you here.
What's really funny is
I would now.
we went to the Golden Corral in the middle of COVID, and that's not how we got it.
No,
At the height of the pandemic, we were like, let's go to Golden Corral.
I was feeling good, man, that day.
I mean, I've never
Next
felt...
morning,
I wonder how many people in Cookville at the Golden Corral.
Oh, no, we're the problem.
maybe
Super spreader event.
maybe you were a carrier and I got it from you.
Oh.
I was sitting right next to you the whole night.
You already had the symptoms before.
No, I didn't have the symptoms until after. I felt bad the day before.
You came down with it first. After that,
I had it
football
first,
game.
but the day I was there, I had no fever.
Right.
There was nothing wrong with me. I don't think you could have caught it from me
Well,
then. I think you caught it from me.
that's-
I think you caught it from me here is where I think. So,
That is possible.
No telling.
yeah. So,
Man, back in the day.
yeah,
That's 5 years ago.
You know, they're asking people to get a second COVID shot for people over 65. I mean, gosh, how many vaccines can you get?
You know,
A lot. I'm
Evidently.
finding out there are a lot. Not just for COVID, but just everything.
yeah, poor little ladybug. She had to get her shots the other day.
We're talking about human life, and he brings up ladybug.
She was so pitiful.
I saw in his weather, I don't know if you watched it, he was doing the weather and he goes, "Well, my dogs are freaking out because of the storm.
Yeah,
and
I
here's
heard
my
that.
little pest." And he holds up Skeeter and lets him like sniff the microphone and then sets him down.
Oh, he didn't hold up ladybug?
No.
No, she was resting. She's had last week was a rough week. She got some shots and had her checkup.
Oh, now I have a dog story.
And she had her little rump had little knots on both sides. She was sore.
Bless it.
Megan, we were watching some TV show and they did a road trip and they saw the world's biggest ball of yarn. And she goes, "Man, that'd be so cool to just see the world's biggest something, like just to say that I've done it." And I said, "Well, the world's largest cedar bucket is here in Murfreesboro. We live in Bucket City. Like that's our thing." And she goes, "Really?" And Cannonsburg is closed in the afternoons in the winter, and so they finally switched to their summer schedule. And I was like, "Well, let's go see the cedar bucket." So I take Megan to see the cedar bucket. She was I was expecting her to be underwhelmed. She was not. She was very excited. So we come home, and when we come home, laying right in the floor in our living room is a bag of Hershey's Dots, which are just little Hershey's balls of chocolate. Well, of course, dogs are not supposed to eat chocolate. So Megan's freaking out. Oh, he's going to die. He tried to kill himself. Our dog has tried to commit suicide. And so we look it up. There's an online calculator. How much does your dog weigh? How much chocolate did they eat? Are they going to die, basically? And it said it's mild. Like, he's going to be sick. He's going to throw up a few times. And she goes, "I'm still freaking out. We need to make him throw up." Turns out you can make dogs throw up by making them drink hydrogen peroxide. You just
Oh, my
dump hydrogen
Lord.
peroxide down their throat, it makes them vomit. That's what the vet would do, is what the internet said. So we do that. He throws up 4 times. And I mean, it's just chocolate. He's just throwing up chocolate, just all over my floor. But she felt better after that, I guess.
And he died of hydrogen peroxide poisoning. We got more to come here on the Wake Up Crew, a lot, but weather's coming up first. It's 6:17.
Checking your Rutherford County weather. For today, we're looking at lots of sunshine with a high near 85 degrees. Southwest winds at 5 to 15 and gusting as high as 35 miles per hour into the afternoon. Into tonight, chance for showers and thunderstorms return before midnight under cloudy skies with a low around 52 degrees. West-northwest winds at 5 to 15 and gusting as high as 25 miles per hour. Tuesday, lots of sunshine expected with a high near 66 degrees. I am weatherology meteorologist Jay Marslick with your Wake Up Crew forecast. Right now, it's 63 degrees.
Are you shopping for lights?
We got it!
Doors?
We got it!
Flooring?
We got it!
Furniture?
We got it here at the Habitat Restore. 850 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Murfreesboro.
Remember, we got it today, but it may be gone tomorrow.
Find it at the Restore, yeah.
We got it at the Habitat Restore. The Habitat Restore at 850 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Murfreesboro.
Murfreesboro Funeral Home and Cremation Services.
What type of services they would think they would want.
Staff members are caring who understand that each family is unique.
We ask them the questions.
Keith Stapleton, manager of the Murfreesboro Funeral Home, off of South Church Street.
Hi, this is Wade Hayes of Toots Restaurants, and our family would like to thank this community for supporting Toots for 40 years.
Head over to Toots.com for our daily specials, our menu, and all of our locations. Check out our Kids Club for some extra deals. Thank you to our patrons and customers.
Thank you for dining with us since 1985.
Thank you, Rutherford County.
Thank you for dining with us for 40 years.
Good food and fun.
Franklin's Printworks has been in Murfreesboro for over 25 years. We are a full-service commercial printer, everything from business cards, brochures, booklets, to banners. My name is Jeff Carlton. I handle sales and marketing for Franklin's Printworks. We hear a lot people who have been working with printers on the internet, had issues, and they know that if we're working with someone local, that A, they know where to find us, and B, they know that we'll take care of it because we have to take care of our neighbors. Our website is franklinsprinting.org.
Hey, this is Taylor with Bell Jewelers. Come shop with us for Mother's Day this year. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 11th. Come see us at Bell Jewelers for Mother's Day. We have different options. Stack bands that represent the family's birthstones or engravable necklaces that you can do with your child's name. Anything you want to give to your mother, we have it at Bell Jewelers. Bell Jewelers, 821 Northwest Broad Street, across from Toots.
I'm a single mom, and as you can imagine, it's a fight sometimes just to get out the door. But when I need new tires or something's wrong with my car, I need to head to someone I can trust. I go to Tire World.
Tire World, we keep your family rolling.
Tire World, locally owned and operated.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
Rory McIlroy took the Masters in a playoff over Justin Rose. McIlroy completes the career Grand Slam. He missed a short putt on the 18th hole at Augusta that would have won it then, but he did birdie the same hole in the playoff for the victory. The NBA's regular season is over. The late game Sunday went overtime. The Clippers won their 8th straight, beating Golden State 124-119. The Clippers have a first-round playoff series against Denver that opens next weekend. The Warriors' loss drops them to 7th in the Western Conference. They'll have to host a play-in game late Tuesday against Memphis. Minnesota won its finale. It'll play the Lakers in a first-round series. All the seeds in the East were already locked in. To Major League Baseball, the Cubs beat the Dodgers again 4-2 in L.A., but Cubs pitcher Justin Steele will have season-ending elbow surgery. San Diego's 10-0 at home after shutting out Colorado 6-0, and Kyle Larson was the NASCAR winner at Bristol.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
With John Dinkins, Brian Barrett, and Dalton Barrett.
21 after the hour here on the Wake Up Crew, and we're powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. That's right, Rutherford County's 24th annual Earth Day celebration is Saturday, April 26th from 10 a.m. to Two, thank you. On the Murfreesboro Square. MTE will provide free hot dogs and popcorn, plus the electric griddle food truck will serve up free gourmet grilled cheese. That's free fun for the whole family. April 24th on the square. For more information, go to rcearthday.com.
26th.
Did I say 24th?
Yeah, it's the 24th annual, but it's on the 26th.
Oh,
it
I
gets
can't
confusing.
see. I can't read. Seriously, I'm starting to have to move it up. But I've got an old pair of glasses on today.
Oh, is that
They're
it?
stylish, though.
Because I got up in a hurry and none were, my glasses have to be clean. And these were a pair I'd already cleaned, and I just grabbed them.
I'm having a nightmare time with mine.
I am too, for some reason. I don't know if it's the weather or the humidity or something, but gosh.
Always smudgy.
And you've seen my little things I put on the back of my ears now to keep my glasses tight.
Your glasses have wings.
Yeah. But the problem with those, they move the glasses up sometimes to your skin too close, and you'll see the top of it will look like a cloud from your skin,
The oil.
Yeah. So that's aggravating too, but what can I say? That's about all I can do.
This is life.
Well, those little, you buy the box of them at Walmart, they look like little packets of glasses cleaner. They got alcohol in them.
Yeah.
They're the best glasses cleaner you'll ever use.
Oh, no.
For getting oil
Oh,
off.
no. You're going to hear, here's rebuttal.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't like them.
No, he likes the cloth.
Uh-huh.
It leaves streaks.
It leaves streaks,
It doesn't.
Dalton.
It doesn't.
It
Not if you
does.
do it right.
I mean, all those things are alcohol wipes. So,
I'll never forget.
now you're like, oh, it's just alcohol wipes.
We had a producer who worked up here, and this was during COVID, and we had this bottle of rubbing alcohol we would use to spray the equipment to disinfect it. And I once watched him walk up here, and he just took it and just went right on his glasses with the alcohol for disinfecting.
He's into COVID today. He's going
I just
back.
remembered that.
Yeah. Well, I can do either one, but sometimes when I really need one, I don't have either one. That's what usually happens to me today.
This is now all the time in my packet.
Well, I'd like it better when it was over your face. Melissa Moulet is today's Good Neighbor of the Day for all she does to make the residents at the villages of Murfreesboro feel special, planning special activities, and just being so sweet. Melissa's going to receive flowers from Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts at News Radio WGNS.
Send in those good neighbors. Text neighbor to our number or go to WGNSradio.com/goodneighbor. And don't forget birthdays, anniversaries. Taking those this morning on the Slick Pig Barbecue Birthday Club. Text them in.
Well, today is International Moment of Laughter Day, and so I'm making an announcement right here, right now. Today, I have a joke that I would like to share on the Dad Joke of the Day, if that's okay with you.
Oh, you're going to do the dad joke? Did you get that cleared?
If that's okay.
Did you get that cleared? I don't know. 24 minutes after 6 o'clock. Stay right here with us on The Crew.
We're visiting with a resident at Stones River Manor who has her own apartment in independent living. I see you have a whole collection of antique churns. What's the story behind that one?
Bought it at an auction. I told my husband, I said, don't go too high on it, maybe $35. And there was this guy, he kept on bidding. And my husband said, I'm going to get it. I don't care what it costs. And he kept on, he gave $85 for it. That was a lot of money for us back then.
Learn more online at stonesrivermanor.com.
Murfreesboro firefighters are going door to door to ensure that everyone is counted in the special census. Every resident means more funding for roads, schools, and emergency services. Up to $3.5 million more each year. So don't wait. Fill out the mailer you received or visit murfreesborocensus.com. That's murfreesborocensus.com. Every name matters, including yours. Help us help Murfreesboro. Fill out your special census form today. murfreesborocensus.com.
Access Tennessee News, I'm Will Dudley. An update to a story we brought you late Friday. The bodies of two teens have been recovered from the Tennessee River, according to the TWRA. Investigators believe the two may have jumped into the Tennessee River from the I-75 bridge near Lake Drive in Loudoun County after a police pursuit in a stolen vehicle early Wednesday morning. One of the teens was recovered late Friday, the second being found on Sunday, officials say. Authorities believe the pair may have jumped over a barrier on the bridge, thinking that they were jumping onto the other side of the road, when in fact it was a near 80-foot drop into the river. A $10,000 reward is being offered for information in the death of a 22-year-old man in Memphis who was killed last week while attending a community empowerment meeting. 5 others were also injured in this mass shooting. You may recall 22-year-old Matthew Williams died at the scene while 5 others were injured on April 9th in the meeting of the Memphis Allies program of youth villages. The Crime Stoppers of Memphis and Shelby County announced the $10,000 reward leading to the arrest of the shooter. More news in 30 seconds.
What is dedication?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is Dariana. We call him Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
3 people have died in a plane crash in Polk County. All 3 were related to a Middle Tennessee State University golfer. The FAA says a Mooney M20 crashed in the Cherokee National Forest near the Polk County community of Reliance around 4:20 on Friday. Multiple agencies responded to the 1700 block of Tellico Reliance Road of the Cherokee National Forest and discovered the plane. The FAA is investigating the cause. Will Nunley, Access Tennessee News.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
With John Dinkins, Brian Barrett, and Dalton Barrett.
6:27 here on this Monday morning. Wow, tax day is tomorrow. Easter is Sunday.
That's true.
It's Easter Sunday. That means Good Friday is this Friday.
Yes.
That
means today
I will not be
is,
here. I'll be honoring Good Friday. I won't be here at work.
Today
Friday.
is Holy Monday.
Oh, I shouldn't be here today because today's Holy Monday.
It's Holy Week this whole week, so really you got every day.
Oh, I'm out all the whole week then.
There's nothing Tuesday. It's like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay, I'll be here tomorrow. And I'm already here today, so I'll stick through today.
Gotcha.
Okay, we've got our song of the day today.
Aw.
And it is hits. Let me see. Let me read this. Hits from Uncle Sam's playlist.
Ooh, controversial.
Run, take the money and run. Buddy, that's right up my alley. 1976, the Steve Miller Band.
Is this a political
was
statement?
a sophomore in college, baby. I was the man. Oh, didn't buy that, did you?
That's
Oh,
good.
I was the man. Oh, let me try it again.
With your
I was the man.
bell bottoms.
They didn't have. I didn't wear bell bottoms in '76. That was '73, '74, '75.
So they went out pretty
Just
quick.
a year before.
I was kind of getting out of that at '76. Yeah. So
This the song of the day this week was chosen by ChatGPT.
and
I said
what does
I
that
want some
mean?
songs about tax day, money, kind of a theme.
So it
And-
became the Uncle Sam's playlist.
Yeah, it titled it too. It's trying to be a little more creative.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, by the way, this is episode 1635 on the day. Good morning to you. Hope you're driving carefully out there.
I'm not.
We've got good neighbor events, another check of the weather, and our first look at traffic coming up in just a little bit today as well. Brian, John, Dalton with you.
Boy, I laid in on the horn the other day
Really?
at a dump truck.
What happened?
Came in my lane right in front of me. It was on the interstate on 24. He was bound and determined to get over in front of me.
Oh, gosh. The other day, after I was coming from here, over the bridge that goes over the interstate on Salem,
Mm-hmm.
this guy's whipped in, and he's got like a Mercedes,
Uh-huh.
And I think the richest, the more the expensive the car is, a convertible or low laying car, they think they can just get through all these little,
Well, because the cars are so fast. I don't know why, and I know some people just like having sports cars. I don't know why you would want to sit in Murfreesboro traffic for an hour and a half, not moving at all, in a car that can go, 0 to 100 in 5 seconds or whatever.
Well, this guy didn't matter whether the light was red or whether there was a car in front of him. I mean, he about killed the person in front of me. The car, we were like riding almost parallel. He cuts in between me and the other car on the left lane. I mean, it was scary.
That's why I drive a truck. Somebody comes in front of me, I'm just going to run them up. I'll skirt right over the top of them.
So I tell you what I
just
did.
wait until it's a dump truck.
I tell you what I did. I went over there. I drove up to the traffic light.
And you flip him a bird. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
No, I ducked my head down low. I'm scared.
I came up beside the guy in the big truck. You know, went around in the
And
other
you flipped
lane.
him a
I
bird.
bet you. No, you gave him a dirty look.
No,
didn't
this is what I did.
Well, nobody can hear that. Nobody knows what you did.
Well, I didn't say anything.
you? Boy, that would have scared me.
Give him that look.
Okay.
To the listening audience at
Wow.
home.
I'll never mess with you on the road.
Was it intimidating?
Yeah.
What he did was squint at them. That's what he did for those just listening.
No, it's like an angry squint.
Can I get to today in history? We're going to run out of time.
Oh, boy. We got to do that today? Okay. All right. Here we go.
Turn to Turner Security.
I really do love our conversation, but we must go on. In 1828, the first American dictionary. Its author, guess who?
Noah Webster.
Who? Well, you read it, but yeah, it's Webster. Webster's Dictionary. 1841, the first detective story is published by Edgar Allan Poe. It was Murders in the Rue Morgue. It was Law and Order. Gee, help me. Let's see. The U.S. President Abraham Lincoln is shot in the head by John Wilkes Booth at the Ford Theater. He dies a day later. That was 1865.
The first presidential assassination.
That's correct. In 1902, J.C. Penney opens his first store, the Golden Rule store, and they're in trouble, and a lot of those stores are closing now.
Mm-hmm.
Hate to see that. 1910, President Taft begins tradition of throwing out the ball on opening day. I bet he had a lot on that throw. He's a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Old Taft.
Yeah, and the Titanic sinks in 1912. 1960, Bye Bye Birdie opens.
Bye bye, Birdie. I'm gonna miss you so.
In 1960, Motown's founded, and in 2012, the Beastie Boys inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Brandon Brooks coming up next.
This is CBS Rewind. April 14th,
Wherever there's a fight so hungry people can eat.
1939.
I'll be there.
The publication of John Steinbeck's original novel.
When the people are eating the stuff they raise, living in the houses they build.
The Grapes of Wrath.
I'll be there too.
This date in 1995.
You know how fine you are to me, Mary McGregor.
You know how fine you are to me, Rupert McGregor.
The opening of the adventure film, Rob Roy.
We'll have justice.
And that same day,
Justice has always been blind.
the release of the Pauly Shore comedy, Jury Duty.
Justice will be served.
I'm Brandon Brooks. And that's Rewind.
Run, OJ.
At Progressive, we're making things even easier. We'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Checking your Rutherford County weather. For today, we're looking at lots of sunshine with a high near 85 degrees. Southwest winds at 5 to 15 and gusting as high as 35 miles per hour into the afternoon. Into tonight, chance for showers and thunderstorms return before midnight under cloudy skies with a low around 52 degrees. West-northwest winds at 5 to 15 and gusting as high as 25 miles per hour. Tuesday, lots of sunshine expected with a high near 66 degrees. I am weatherology meteorologist Jay Marslick with your Wake Up Crew forecast. Right now, it's 63 degrees.
Morning, despite a couple of overnight accidents out here, we've actually been in pretty good shape coming down I-40 right now through the Mount Juliet area as that traffic builds coming in from Wilson County, headed towards Davidson County. 24 is on the increase westbound right on schedule coming from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County up through the Antioch area on 24 again headed towards Nashville. If you recently suffered some hail or storm damage to your roof, call Independent Roofing Specialists today. Check them out first online at irsroofs.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
This is Good Neighbor Events with Bart Walker. Brought to you by the law offices of John Day and AmeriCare Pest Control.
I've got pets.
AmeriCare Services Incorporated, family owned and operated. For residential and commercial customers, we offer a full range of services. Our services include one-time, monthly, and quarterly pest control, termite control, moisture and fungus control, automatic foundation vents, and more. Licensed, insured, and bonded for your protection. 893-7111.
Call the best of the best to get rid of your pets.
AmeriCare Services Incorporated.
Now, WGNS Good Neighbor Events. Are you new to town? Maybe you want to learn more about the community. Well, the Rutherford County Historical Society invites you to come over to the one-room Ransom Schoolhouse every Saturday morning from 9 until noon and talk local history. They'll answer your questions and share history that you didn't know. And it's all free, including the coffee and donuts. That's Saturday mornings, 9 until noon, at the one-room Ransom Schoolhouse, 717 North Academy Street. People are asking about Spring Fling. That's a little bit down the road, but we wanted to let you know it's May 20th through 23rd, and volunteers are needed. Get with the Rutherford County Chamber of Commerce and see how you can help. Spring Fling, May 20th through the 23rd. Don't throw away Old Glory. Bring your tattered American flag to WGNS and let the girls from BSA Troop 2019 at Trinity United Methodist Church retire it with dignity. Plus, we also recycle Bibles. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Hi, I'm Larry Castelli, and I love living at Adams Place. I do exercise. I go 3 times a week. I go to stretch and balance, always conscious of your needs. It's not that someone is telling you what to do, it's they're looking out for you. It's a good workout.
And what about the food?
Oh, give me a break. There's so much food here. I would highly recommend Adams Place.
Play an old guitar from 9 to 1:30. Trying to make a living while everybody else is having fun.
Don't just go to any barber. Go to the singing barber, Charlie Pitts. Get a great haircut and entertainment too. That's Charlie Pitts, 2528 Las Casas Pike. Phone 615-785-0966. That's Charlie Pitts.
Mercy.
You know, everyone has a more. First, it's a pony. Then to be on the cheer squad. Your more grows up just like you do. But your more can still carry you away or make you cheer. At First Bank, banking local gets you more. More of our time, more access to local bankers, more flexibility, and more product choices. Because getting more empowered and confident helps you pursue your more. That never grows old. First Bank. Bank local, get more. Member FDIC.
Here's Dr. Craig McCabe at McCabe Vision Center.
We now have good treatments for vision with cataract surgery, so now you can see well near, intermediate, and far distances without glasses.
Dr. Craig McCabe.
What we can do not only to make you see younger, but help you to look younger and get rid of sun damage and other problems to our skin.
McCabe Vision Center on Heritage Park Drive, just off Memorial, behind SunTrust Bank.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
This is the Wake Up Crew with John Dinkins, Brian Barrett, and Dalton Barrett.
It's time for the dad joke of the day. Oh, nice guy.
Well, our time now is 6:39, and we're here on the Wake Up Crew, and very special moment this morning. We have a special guest, jokester. Brian's giving the reins over to his young son, Brian Barrett, who Dalton Barrett. Yeah, that's your name.
That's
and
me.
He's going to give us a joke, but it's not your typical.
No, this is a little longer joke.
Okay,
today.
so listen carefully, Brian. Show some interest.
In honor of Easter. So there was this community of Jewish people who lived in this town, and a lot of the people who were there were they were kind of empty nesters. Their kids had gone off to college, but they came home for the holidays. And this one lady, her son comes home, and he says, "Mom, I'm a Christian now." And his mom goes, "Oh, that's a lot. I need to go talk to my neighbor." So she goes and she talks to her neighbor and tells her what happened. And her neighbor says, you're not going to believe this, but my son came home and he said, "I'm a Christian now." And I said, "This is a problem. We need to go talk to the rabbi." So they go to the temple and they talk to the rabbi, and the rabbi goes, "You guys are not going to believe this. My son's a Christian now too. We got to take this to God." So they go to God, and God says, "You guys aren't going to believe this. My son came home and he's a Christian too."
CBS News Brief. Just released court documents show the suspect in a break-in and arson at the Pennsylvania governor's mansion planned to beat Democrat Josh Shapiro with a hammer if he found him. Pittsburgh Mayor Corey O'Connell.
Rhetoric has gone way too far. And for somebody to set fire to the governor's house, just takes it to a whole new level.
U.S. futures markets higher as the president sows new confusion over tariffs and exemptions on electronics from China. CBS's Nancy Cordes is at the White House.
President Trump says there are no exemptions. After all, they're only temporary. And he says more announcements will be coming in the near future.
CBS's Gayle King and 5 other women are set to sail into space on a Blue Origin rocket in 2 hours from now. Our Dana Jacobson.
I think I'm more nervous than she might be. Like, all of a sudden, I'm getting nervous. I'm not the one going. Very excited.
The team will soar a little more than 62 miles above the Earth to experience weightlessness for a few minutes. CBS News Brief.
Now an update from the WGNSradio.com News Center.
As Tennessee's legislative session nears its close, State Senator Shane Reeves of District 14 is celebrating the advancement of 7 key bills, several of which are expected to have a direct impact across Rutherford County and the surrounding areas. Among the highlights is SB 889, allowing counties such as those in Reeves District to vote on gradual increases to the mineral severance tax, potentially benefiting local infrastructure. Other notable measures include SB 0425, strengthening public records privacy for local government employees, and SB 0433, addressing animal abandonment by expanding legal definitions to protect pets left near shelters or clinics. Public safety and health care were also priorities, with bills expanding buprenorphine access in correctional facilities and ensuring non-opioid treatments remain on insurance drug list. Reeves, who also received the 2024 Legislative Leadership Award from the Tennessee Association of Optometrist Physicians, emphasized accessibility and encouraged District 14 residents to stay engaged during implementation. Meanwhile, a bill aiming to tighten firearm transfer rules in Tennessee has been unexpectedly delayed until 2026, after facing opposition from the National Rifle Association and Tennessee Firearms Association. The proposal sought to close a loophole that allows individuals under court order to relinquish their firearms without proof of actual transfer. The bill sponsors, including Representative Kelly Kielsing, were blindsided by the pushback. Advocates argue that the delay prolongs risks, particularly for domestic violence victims. That's all for now. I'm Dalton Barrett with News Radio WGNS, and I'll talk to you later.
The Good Neighbor Network, on air and online at WGNSradio.com. Rutherford County's most trusted source for local news.
I am Charlotte Gardner. I've lived at Adams Place for 3 years. Everything's positive about the food. There are so many choices. There is a menu that you can pick and choose whatever you want. And people who have come here for a meal with me are really impressed at the selection.
Hi, this is Terry Deal at Adams Place. Call me for more information about Adams Place. Phone 615-904-9111.
Adams Place on Memorial, across from Walmart.
Turn to Turner Security for your business or your home. With Turner on your team, you're never alone. For everything you'll need, all you gotta do is call. Turner's got it all. When you turn to Turner Security, powered by TechCore, you can leave your security issues at the door. Turn to Turner Security.
At Heritage South Community Credit Union, you won't find crazy promotions with pages of requirements. You won't find endless phone trees with computer voices. You won't find an out-of-state bank focused on turning a profit. Instead, we help when others won't. We've been doing that for our community since we started in a pencil factory in Shelbyville almost 70 years ago. If you're tired of big banks, it's time to try your local community credit union. Visit heritagesouth.org to learn more. Insured by NCUA.
Bell Jewelers reminds you that it's spring cleaning time. Look through their jewelry, and there may be styles that you don't necessarily wear anymore. Bring them to us here at Bell Jewelers. We'll buy the gold that you don't want anymore. We can take the stones and reset them into a more current piece. Come to Bell Jewelers and we'll help create a special piece just for you. Bell Jewelers, 821 Northwest Broad Street, across from Toots.
Stickers, labels. We do a lot of direct mail, booklets, manuals, programs. My name is Jeff Carlton. I handle sales and marketing for Franklin's Printworks here at Murfreesboro. We are at 2227 South Park Drive. Franklin's Printworks has been in Murfreesboro for over 25 years. We are a full-service commercial printer. We offer everything from business cards to brochures, booklets to banners, everything in between. Our website is franklinsprinting.org.
Man on the Street Newsmakers, brought to you by Old National Bank in Murfreesboro.
Friends? Yes. The financial partners whom you've built a relationship with at Old National Bank are still at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard location, right here in the borough. And so are the warm, homemade cookies.
Cookies are ready, dear.
Like Grandma used to make. If you need online and mobile banking, Murfreesboro's Old National Bank does that too. You and Old National Bank, better together.
Old National Bank at 2230 Dr. MLK Jr. Boulevard. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
Medical doctor and eye specialist Craig McCabe.
Sunlight is very important to the health of our bodies, to the point where I think it should be called medicine. There are photoreceptors, light receptors in your retina. Those axons project to cells that regulate the production of a hormone called melatonin. There's a lot of people using melatonin to help them sleep. Well, it's been shown that if you use video display devices, your phone, they still think it's daytime. They don't release the melatonin. It's harder for you to go to sleep. So that's why an hour or two before sleep, you should not be looking at any of these bright sources of light. And one of the best ways to help you sleep then is to avoid those, to be in dimmer light, and you will sleep faster and longer. You know, one of the things we've heard is that vitamin D is very important. They have higher vitamin D and they deal better with COVID and viruses and infections. That actually may be a marker for getting sunlight. And it's actually sunlight that helps our immune system, and the infrared light specifically.
Information you need, staying healthy with sunshine.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
With John Dinkins, Brian Barrett, and Dalton Barrett.
648 here on the Wake Up Crew. Just keep on trucking. Yeah. Weather out there. Be careful. Watch traffic. Watch patrol people. And I'm just going to even quit talking about traffic because that graphic always comes with it. So anyway, there is one commercial that's on right now too that every time I hear it's a siren in it, and I don't know if it's on this station. It may be on another station, but I mean, I don't listen to any other stations, but somebody told me this. But the siren comes on, and I start slowing down and like looking around to see if I need to stop or go to the side of the road. It's a commercial, so I don't know. I just saw something, and Dalton just showed me something that just blew me away, and we're going to share it here. I wish we could show it. I wish we were on TV, but we can't show it. But Brian, why don't you tell us, because you're the one that told me first, and then he showed me a picture, and I really just could not believe it. Are these being sold at Easter?
I did look this up. These are not an actual product.
Okay.
The video was very misleading. There's a guy online who 3D prints little toys, and he made these and put them in the store to take that video. But he does sell them. They're not candy. They're toys, and they are called Peepus. And it's little peeps that look like Jesus with a beard and long hair. But this guy, they're not an official product. I did find out, which made me feel better.
But he can sell them.
Yes, he can sell them, and he sells them online on his
So
Instagram page.
It's a peep with a beard.
Yes, a beard and long hair.
Who thinks of these things? I mean, why? Did you wake up? Did that guy wake up in the morning and go, "Hey, I think I'll make some peeps and make them in the form of Jesus"?
He makes a
little
bunch
nose
of things.
on the peeps is, his nose. It's weird.
It's Jesus' real nose.
I don't know what he's drinking this morning, but I don't think it's coffee.
But he makes he'll make little little Game Boys that you can play, and a bunch of this guy's that's what he does for a living, is he makes little 3D printed
so
things.
that's not his first
Little
endeavor.
trinkets. No. It actually, he kind of looks like the Peep.
Oh, he does.
He does. He's got a beard.
What
and long
other,
hair.
does he have any other things that he does that?
Like I said, he makes a lot of like little Game Boys and stuff like that, little mini things.
Are they replicas or are they really Game Boys?
They play. It looks like he
Wow.
makes these little squishy things. So.
Oh, that's
you know.
in the form of Gumby.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
All right.
Gumby with Squidward's head from SpongeBob. So I guess that's just what he does for a living.
Man, they've gotten creative with Peeps.
Yeah, they got lots of different flavors and stuff now.
Don't they have chocolate Peeps too?
They've got chocolate
Pudding and Rice Krispie treats Peeps.
I could maybe get into those. I just can't stand the regular Peeps.
Dr. Pepper flavored Peeps.
One of the things
Cinnamon
we're doing,
churro.
One of the things we're doing at church tomorrow night is we're doing s'mores, but we're roasting Peeps. So you just put them on a stick and roast them over a fire.
It's the sugar on them. I think it's the texture of the sugar that I don't like on Peeps.
Well,
Because I'm a marshmallow guy. I'm not worried about that. But that sand, it's almost like sandy. Like eating
See, I
sand.
like it. It's like crunchy into the smooth.
Yeah.
It's like you're eating a peep or a marshmallow that's fallen on the ground and it's got dirt.
My
You might
son-in-law
like the
used to get him for. I
Splenda.
used to get him Peeps for Christmas every year.
You might like the Splenda Peeps because they're not as crunchy. That's why I don't like them because they're soft.
Oh well,
You
and
might
they're
like
sugar
those better.
free.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's good.
Healthy Peeps.
Healthy.
But yeah, they're coated in Splenda instead of like sugar, so it's not as coarse.
Peeps Light.
Yes,
What they are.
Diet Peeps.
Diet Peeps. Sugar-free Peeps.
Peep Zero.
Yeah. Hey, I like that. Peep Zero. Oh, hey, but speaking of that, I can't find my Sundrop, caffeine-free diet Sundrop.
Oh, no.
I've been to Kroger 3 times, 3 different stores. I've been all over Murfreesboro.
Have you talked to the manager?
I'm going to now since I've went to all 3 stores. So the one on the Veterans, they used to have bottles, and you just couldn't find them 3 weeks in a row. No. I'm going to stand out front and protest.
It's like the popsicles at Aldi all over again.
Yeah, I mean, they
Because you've been buying them all. That's what happened to the popsicles at Aldi.
Diet Cherry Vanilla Coke. They got rid of that too.
I know.
All right, birthdays today.
For anybody in the audience who's got a birthday today, happy birthday to you.
On this April 14th, Sir John Gielgud. Born in 1904, he was a British stage and screen actor and director. That's right, he won an Oscar, I think, for author as the supporting actor in that. 1925, Rod Steiger, American actor. He was in The Heat of the Night, Oklahoma. 1932, Loretta Lynn, American country singer and songwriter, and wrote the big hit Coal Miner's Daughter.
Well, I was born a coal miner's daughter.
You know, I've never noticed the banjo in that song.
Really?
Until I hear the clarity of News Radio WGNS. I really haven't. Listen to this.
We were poor, but we had love. That's the one thing that Daddy made sure of. He shoveled
All right. 1941, Pete Rose just passed away last year. Cincinnati Reds. It's 1960, Brad Garrett. He played in Everybody Loves Raymond. David Justice, the great Braves, former Brave, American baseball player, born in 1966. 1966 also was the birthday of Greg Maddux, another Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher, 4-time NL Cy Young Award winner. And in 1977, Sarah Michelle Gellar, American actress. She played in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and she's married to Freddie Prinze Jr. They've
Yes.
been married a long time now.
Yeah, they met on the set of Scooby-Doo.
Is that where they?
I think so,
Okay. And they had, what, 3 of those? Yeah, I guess they did. Today's birthdays, Wayne Belt, Rachel Calloway, Sarah Cantrell, Sue Barker. Yesterday, Amy Bartlett, Linda Hodge, Michael Henley, Michael Dennison, and Ty Hargrove had birthdays.
Add to our list, 615-893-1450.
Checking your Rutherford County weather. For today, we're looking at lots of sunshine with a high near 85 degrees. Southwest winds at 5 to 15 and gusting as high as 35 miles per hour into the afternoon. Into tonight, chance for showers and thunderstorms return before midnight under cloudy skies with a low around 52 degrees. West-northwest winds at 5 to 15 and gusting as high as 25 miles per hour. Tuesday, lots of sunshine expected with a high near 66 degrees. I am weatherology meteorologist Jay Marslick with your Wake Up Crew forecast. Right now, it's 63 degrees.
Rutherford County's 24th annual Earth Day celebration is Saturday, April 26th, 10 to 2 on the Murfreesboro Square. Middle Tennessee Electric is proud to be the primary sponsor and organizer. Free fun for the whole family, April 26th on the Square. rcearthday.com for more info.
Good morning. Trying to build a little bit here in the last few minutes up through the Antioch area as that traffic gets a little bit heavy there on 24 coming in from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County. A little bit of radar earlier scattered down I-40 and parts of Wilson, Smith County this morning as it gets a little bit heavy over here. 65 southbound down past Trinity Lane. If you recently suffered some hail or storm damage to your roof with all these past storms, call Independent Roofing Specialists. Log on today, irsroofs.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Hi, this is Stan with Parks Auction Company, and by now you've probably heard our commercials and know that we are committed to helping you increase your investments. Call 896-4600 to set an appointment with me or one of my team members. That's 896-4600. Parks Auction Company. We handle everything.
Shopping for your DIY projects, odds are at the Habitat Restore.
We got it. If you have a painting project going on, we have plenty of paint supplies. Come see us here at the Habitat Restore. Find it at the Restore. If you need batteries, come to the Restore. We got it at the Habitat Restore.
850 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Murfreesboro.
Remember, we got it today at the Habitat Restore, but it may be gone tomorrow.
We got it, yeah.
You feel great at Adams Place.
Melanie teaches all of our exercise classes. I do the stretch and balance.
Alan Butcher.
Avis, our water aerobics instructor. It's really helped me to overcome some of my arthritis pain, and it's just a wonderful thing that we have here.
Hi, this is Terry Deal at Adams Place. Call me for more information about Adams Place. Phone 615-904-9111.
Adams Place on Memorial across...
It was weekend one at Coachella, and yes, the ladies understood the assignment. Lady Gaga just killing it Friday night at the Coachella Valley and Arts Festival, an almost 2-hour set that her fans online are calling her best ever.
Charlie!
And then there was Billy.
Come on!
Saturday was for Charlie XCX and special guest Billie Eilish, sending the crowd into a brat-fueled frenzy.
Chicken jockey!
And speaking of frenzy, we've seen the mayhem that scene is causing at a Minecraft movie. Now, Regal Cinemas is leaning into it with chicken jockey-themed screenings this Sunday night, telling people to dress up, yell, scream, whatever. Good luck cleaning up all the popcorn. For CBS Entertainment, I'm Matt Wolf.
At Progressive, we're making things even easier. We'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
With John Dinkins, Brian Barrett, and Dalton Barrett.
Well, it's Easter week, and it's 2 minutes before 7 o'clock. Don't worry, though. There's more of the Wake Up Crew. Brian will be here to entertain you for the second hour.
Until we all quit.
Well, we might do that. Melissa Moulet is today's Good Neighbor of the Day, and we're going to honor her by giving her flowers from Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts and News Radio WGNS.
And if you know somebody who's gone the extra mile and would like to nominate them as our Good Neighbor of the Day, super easy to do that. Text the word neighbor to 615-893-1450 or head over to WGNSradio.com/Good Neighbor. Easiest way to do that. You can also get your birthdays and anniversaries into us by texting the same phone number, 615-893-1450. You can call that number as well because we're going to give away a delicious bowl of banana pudding from our friends over at Slick Pig Barbecue.
When Murfreesboro firefighters knock, they're helping our city by conducting the census. If you haven't filled out the census form, do it today. Return the mailer you received or go online to murfreesborocensus.com. More people counted means more funding for roads, schools, and safety services.
And we'll be back with more of the Wake Up Crew. Brian's going to be in charge, right? Right, Captain?
Yes, that's correct, sir.
All right. It's 7 o'clock from WGNS.
Portions of our programming have been pre-recorded. The Good Neighbor Network, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, flagship station for MTSU Sports. Courthouse clock time, 7 o'clock.
Tariff confusion.
Right now, what we've got is chaos and corruption.
Fire at Pennsylvania governor's mansion.
We do know that this attack was targeted.
All-female crew for space trip.
I'm afraid, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Good morning. I'm Steve Kafin with the CBS World News Roundup. Overseas markets are higher, and Wall Street is poised for a higher opening as the trade war with China heads into a new week. A CBS News poll indicates 58% of Americans oppose tariffs on imported goods, and there's conflicting information about what products from China might be excluded. Here's CBS News White House correspondent Nancy Cordes.
After a week of market turbulence, President Trump is defending his ever-changing tariff plans.
You have to have a certain flexibility, and we're doing really well, and financially our country is going to be stronger than it's ever been.
On Friday night, U.S. Customs notifying importers that electronics like smartphones and laptops would be excluded from the reciprocal tariffs on China that now stand at 145%. But yesterday, Trump posted that there was no tariff exception announced on Friday. Electronics, he said, are just moving to a different tariff bucket. White House officials tried to explain the distinction on Sunday.
This is not like a permanent sort of exemption.
It's not that they won't be subject to tariffs geared at reshoring. They'll just be under a different regime.
Democrats argued it was just more evidence that Trump's tariff policy is being crafted on the fly.
President Trump now has a crisis in credibility. We're hearing from around the world. People just don't know if they can trust him.
In a new court filing yesterday, the Trump administration insisted it has no legal obligation to return Kilmar Abrego Garcia to this country from El Salvador, in spite of a Supreme Court ruling that said steps must be taken to bring him back. California Democrat Mo Khanna on Face the Nation.
This administration is taking actions that are unconstitutional. Look, Vice President Vance said that the Abrego was an M13 gang member with no legal rights here, and the Supreme Court said, well, we don't know, and he does actually have legal rights.
Secretary of State Rubio said yesterday that 10 criminals from Latin American gangs were sent from the U.S. to El Salvador. That country's president meets with President Trump today at the White House. CBS News poll pegs President Trump's approval rating at 47%, down 6 points from February. 44% approve of his handling of the economy. And a physician's report on Trump after his physical last week says the 78-year-old president, quote, exhibits excellent cognitive and physical health. Now to Pennsylvania, where a man is under arrest accused of setting fire to the governor's mansion, a fire that forced Governor Josh Shapiro and his family to leave in the middle of the night. CBS's Chanel Call.
At 2 a.m. on Sunday, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro and his family awoke to state police banging on their door. There was a fire in their home, and they needed to evacuate. The governor, his wife, and 4 children were unharmed, but new images show the charred interior where the fire was set. Late Sunday, Shapiro had this message from outside the mansion.
This kind of violence is becoming far too common in our society, and I don't give a damn if it's coming from one particular side or the other. It is not okay.
Last night on 60 Minutes, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky urged President Trump to visit the country's capital, Kyiv.
Before any kind of decisions, any kind of formats of negotiations, come to see people, hospitals, children destroyed or dead.
Just yesterday, a Russian missile hit the heart of one city, killing at least 34 people. Our CBS colleague Gail King will join 5 other women aboard a Blue Origin space flight this morning.
There was something about being part of the first female team to me. The group of women that they put together is so extraordinary to me that I thought, wow, why would I not want to be a part of that?
Blue Origin is the company owned by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. His fiancée Lauren Sanchez will be on board. So will singer Katy Perry. Well, the long wait for a green jacket is over for golfer Rory McIlroy.
The long journey is over. McIlroy has his masterpiece.
On CBS, McIlroy won in a playoff to take his first Masters title.
It's been 14 long years, but thankfully I got the job done.
McIlroy is only the 6th golfer to notch a career Grand Slam. Coming up on 5 minutes after the hour.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
What is dedication?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is Dariana. We call him Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. The craziest thing was believing that your dad knew everything. So as a dad, you felt like you had to know everything. You had to get everything right. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then, it kind of starts to work itself out. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
There's an investigation in Austin, Texas, after a house explosion yesterday injured 6 people and damaged 24 nearby homes. This woman lives nearby.
I think it kind of sounded like what you would expect if you were in a war zone and maybe a bomb went off next to you.
Police call it an isolated incident. The home had no gas service, but there were propane tanks on the property. The FAA says the helicopter company whose sightseeing chopper crashed in New York's Hudson River last week, killing 6 people, is now shutting down operations immediately. A review of New York Helicopter Tour's operating license and safety record is underway. Overseas, Jerusalem reporter Linda Gradstein has more on a weekend airstrike in Gaza that destroyed part of a hospital.
The hospital received only a 20-minute warning before the attack and that at least one patient died during the evacuation. Israel said it hit a command and control center used by Hamas, and steps had been taken to minimize civilian casualties.
Now to Ecuador, where supporters of President Daniel Noboa celebrated after he was re-elected. His opponent vowed to seek a recount over what she described as grotesque electoral fraud. Back here at home, Meta squares off against the Federal Trade Commission today in a high-stakes antitrust trial. A loss could force the company to shed Instagram and WhatsApp. Our tech consultant, Ian Scher.
The FTC is arguing that by acquiring these competitive threats, Facebook was able to sustain its dominance. But Facebook, now renamed Meta, disagrees, saying it is not a monopoly and that acquiring Instagram and WhatsApp have not harmed competition.
Time on the roundup, 8 past the hour.
So, you want to buy a house. You could go online, do your research, find the dream listing, go see it, and get catfished. Back to the drawing board. More scheduling, more viewings, more this doesn't even look like the photos. You could finally find one that does match the photos. Then comes the offer. Stress rash? Yep, make that 3. And here's the paperwork. Yep, never-ending paperwork. It's a lot. But you don't have to do it alone. Because there's an agent who's a realtor here to guide and help protect you as you find the home that's right for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Good morning, Doctor. Doctor? Hi, Doctor. Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and
I'm Steve Kathan, CBS News Radio. We'll have updates at the top of every hour all day long. Now, here are Brian Barrett, John Dinkins, and Dalton Barrett.
Moving along with more information straight ahead and some conversation as well with the Wake Up Crew. I'm Brian Barrett, joined by John Dinkins and Dalton Barrett here at 7:09. Let's get a quick check of traffic and weather together, brought to you by locally owned Toots.
This is Wade Hayes from Toots Restaurants. One of the things that put us on the map here in Rutherford County was our daily specials. Now you can go to our website, toots.com, and click on the Daily Specials tab to see what those are.
Hey, this is Jack Hayes. Come over to Toots Restaurants and play our cool arcade games, and while you're at it, come check out our menus.
Thank you, Rutherford County.
Thank you for dining with us since 1985.
Thank you for dining with us for 40 years.
Checking your Rutherford County weather. For today, we're looking at lots of sunshine with a high near 85 degrees. Southwest winds at 5 to 15 and gusting as high as 35 miles per hour into the afternoon. Into tonight, chance for showers and thunderstorms return before midnight under cloudy skies with a low around 52 degrees. West-northwest winds at 5 to 15 and gusting as high as 25 miles per hour. Tuesday, lots of sunshine expected with a high near 66 degrees. I am weatherology meteorologist Jay Marslick with your Wake Up Crew forecast. Right now it's 63 degrees.
We're excited to announce that Capstar Bank is now officially a division of Old National Bank. Old National Bank in Murfreesboro at 2230 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Old National Bank, ready to serve you.
Old National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
TDOT's how with this wreck that's over to the side. It's going to be on 40 westbound at Spence Lane, Cedar Mine Drive at OHB. That's an accident south of town involving some injuries. The fire department just got there on the scene of that wreck. As it starts to pick up here in the last few minutes, 65 south at Trinity Lane. It continues to build on I-40 coming in from Wilson County, especially through the Mount Juliet area. If you recently suffered some hail or storm damage to your roof, call Independent Roofing Specialists this week. Here's their website. Check it out, irsroofs.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
If you're not waking up to the Wake Up Crew, here's what you've been missing.
Time for Brian to come into your homes.
Run! Don't miss the Wake Up Crew with John, Brian, and Dalton. Weekday mornings from 6 until Swap and Shop.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
This is the Wake Up Crew on News Radio WGNS.
So no one told you life was gonna be this way. When it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you, 'cause you're there for me too.
With John Dinkins, Brian Barrett, and Dalton Barrett.
Welcome into the second hour of the Wake Up Crew. It's Money and Bunnies this week. April 14th, 1635 is the episode number. Tax day's tomorrow. That's your money. Your bunny is Easter Sunday. It's coming up this week, so it's what we've got going on for you. And
who'd you steal that from?
I was just looking at the emojis on the sheet. Money and
I could
Bunny.
have sworn you stole that from somebody. Said that on like TV or something.
I'm gonna tell you what. He's the Jesse James of broadcasting.
Oh,
he really is.
Jesse James.
If you say something, he steals it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if he gets a laugh, he takes it, man.
Well, that's why I assumed he stole that. But he says
he's stolen all my baseball stuff. And that I didn't even want to say it the other night because I said one time, deuces are wild, runners at second. There's 2 on, 2 out, and 2 runs, and that kind of thing. I said deuces are wild. Well, he says it now all the time, so I just don't even say it now. It's boring.
Yeah.
Got to.
What a hard life you live, John.
Got to spread it out. Well, it's just living with him, kind of just.
And you've done it to yourself.
I know.
He's not family.
I'm almost a what do you call a person that's
Stockholm syndrome?
Yeah.
I like Stockholm. How about some songs from Uncle Sam's playlist?
He doesn't care.
No, not even a little.
No. Take your money and run.
He's just completely just.
I give you an 8 on that dance right there.
Not that one.
Not that one. Some hips.
The one before that one.
You're gonna throw out your back, buddy.
I probably will.
Take a seat, Grandpa.
Get in that big chair of yours, that big comfy chair you got.
Hey, are you excited that Big Lots is
yes,
actually coming
I am.
back?
Yes.
Woo.
May. It's early. It's quick too. Well, they didn't have to do a whole lot, did they?
I guess they've got to restock the store.
It's new inventory. They're new
But I don't think they're going to they may make a few changes.
Well, so I happen to be over at Arby's.
Of course. Well, you are frequently.
Yeah.
You were actually in Arby's, or you were just...
I did. I went into Arby's, and I met the fellow I was telling you about, who listens to us in the morning. And then after I got my 2 ham and Swiss sandwiches for $7 for lunch and for dinner.
Wait. Let's go back. You had a friend to eat with?
No.
He ran into someone at Arby's. He did not take someone to a lunch meeting at Arby's.
I went in.
You should have known better.
And he was there.
And there were 3 people in the line at the drive-thru, so I went in. And so
3.
Yeah, I didn't want to wait that long. They're slow sometimes. Have you ever had the ham and Swiss?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's really good. I never had it.
There's not a bad sandwich that I have had at Arby's. I mean, I wouldn't rate them all 10s, but
I like the variety.
There's nothing lower than a 7 or
Right.
That's the thing.
I've got a new sandwich I tried to tell you guys about tomorrow. On Taco Tuesday.
I drove up to the Big Lots because I was really wanting to see if that home outlet store was open yet, and I saw signs that said now hiring, and I thought, now hiring? And then it says the comeback starts soon. And then they've got one posted. It's a little piece of paper that was posted that says May 1st. So that's how I discovered that it's coming back.
Did you go in apply for a job?
I did not. I took a picture, and I don't know if there was anybody
Should
inside
have,
or not.
given how this show's going.
That's been bothering me because they said that most of the stores were coming back, and the one in Smyrna
is not. Is that what you were about to say?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That was a news story we had on the website last week.
But yeah, from what I read about, from kind of the international press release, they're going to start selling some clothing items, some more of that kind of stuff. They're changing their inventory a little bit, but I don't think they're doing much renovation to the stores. So
kind of make it a mini Target,
kind of. I think is the.
I don't know if they're going to have the furniture selection they had before or what. I mean, they were kind of known for that.
I've kind of got a feeling they may not as much. I think they need to pattern themselves after the Dollar General in terms of, because if you look at Dollar General, except for clothes, they have a little bit of everything.
Right.
That you need.
And they have some clothes.
But now I bought a ton of furniture at Big Lots in my day.
Yeah.
Now the Dollar General superstores, they do have like a full clothing department.
Yeah,
I think.
and a big grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one I know of, and that's on Harding or Nolensville Road. That's the only one I know of.
There used to be one on Shelbyville right there.
Maybe so. I don't know. I don't go.
The main drag.
I hardly ever go to Shelbyville. Last time I went, it was with you.
Yeah.
I did go down to the Newton Nissan down there.
Okay.
They're nice people down there. Yeah.
That's right near the airport, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just about across the street from it. Yeah.
It's kind of, it always seemed to me when I was a kid, we used to go to a lot of horse shows and stuff in Shelbyville, and it seemed like it was so far away. It's
really?
like the longest drive, but now it's like lickety-split, you're there.
I know.
It takes me as long to get there as it does to get to your house.
It was a 2-lane highway, too, when you were going there, probably.
Yeah.
True.
But I went to...
They did lower the speeds from, 70 or 65 or something down through there.
My grandparents lived in Shelbyville, my maternal grandparents. I spent a lot of time there.
Yeah.
And Mama got mad at Daddy one time, and we stayed there about a week, a week or 2 weeks, and Daddy came back and got us, but she was mad. But
sounds like it.
But my grandfather, God rest his soul, he used to take me to the little market as you first go into town on the right, and he would buy me comic books, like 10, 15 of them. My father would buy me maybe 2.
Okay.
But he would buy, just get whatever you want.
Wow.
I love that man.
He did that to distract you from
I'm
mommy and daddy
tear
fighting.
Up when I think of my grandfather. My maternal grandfather was awesome. Now my paternal grandfather was fine too, but my maternal grandfather, Clarence,
he bought you stuff.
He was.
He spent money on me.
He spoiled me to death, and
Yeah,
I have
that's sweet.
I have fond memories of Edgemont Baptist Church. He was pastor at. I have great memories of that place, and the Kentucky Fried Chicken's been there in that same corner as long as I've been alive.
What about the Hobble House? Did you ever eat at the Hobble House?
I did. Yeah.
Is it like a Waffle House?
Yeah.
And there's a Huddle House too, but that was Hobble down there.
Yeah, Hobble. Yeah.
Like for the horses, I think.
There was a Huddle in Murfreesboro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, how about some sports?
This is News Radio WGNS Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
Rory McIlroy took the Masters in a playoff over Justin Rose. McIlroy completes the career Grand Slam. He missed a short putt on the 18th hole at Augusta that would have won it then, but he did birdie the same hole in the playoff for the victory. The NBA's regular season is over. The late game Sunday went overtime. The Clippers won their 8th straight, beating Golden State 124-119. The Clippers have a first-round playoff series against Denver that opens next weekend. The Warriors' loss drops them to 7th in the Western Conference. They'll have to host a play-in game late Tuesday against Memphis. Minnesota won its finale. It'll play the Lakers in a first-round series. All the seeds in the East were already locked in. To Major League Baseball, the Cubs beat the Dodgers again 4-2 in L.A., but Cubs pitcher Justin Steele will have season-ending elbow surgery. San Diego's 10-0 at home after shutting out Colorado 6-0, and Kyle Larson was the NASCAR winner at Bristol.
There's a lot going on here. Entertainers come in 3 or 4 times a week. I'm Greg Shannon. Come and check out Adam's Place. Of all the places we checked, it was by far the most comfortable. People make a difference in your life. And here, when we first got here, they come up and said, hey, join us for dinner. They just want you to be part of the community, Just feel so welcoming.
I'm Terry Deal. Call me from about Adams Place. Phone 615-904-9111. Memorial Boulevard, across from Walmart.
This is a paid legal ad.
Hi, this is John Day of the Law Offices of John Day. For more than 30 years, my team and I have worked hard to help injured people throughout Middle Tennessee. Over that time, we've helped thousands of people get the legal help they need when they've needed it the most. And if we're not able to help or aren't the right lawyer for you, we'll do the best to point you in the right direction. If you've been injured, call the Law Offices of John Day for a free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless we win your case.
When it comes to your home, memories and sentimental value are priceless. Farrah Construction can remodel your home, or we can update your kitchen, bath, or other rooms. I'm Ron Hall. If you can dream it, Farrah Construction can turn it into reality. Call Farrah Construction at 615-893-6120. That's Farrah Construction. I'm Ron Hall. Shop local. Let our family business help you. Farrah Construction Company.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Your good health. In the next 5 minutes, we'll be talking with Kim Hillsman Dunaway with Sunshine Nutrition Center.
It's allergy season.
And she'll be sharing different ideas and thoughts on how you can get healthy. With more, here's WGNS's Scott Walker.
We're talking about allergies, and I guess where we left off last week was the conversation on honey.
Yes. I like to sort of shift a little bit to sinuses because they often are interchangeable, but they can be two really different issues. So sometimes people come in and they don't know if it's allergies or if they've got a sinus infection. They don't know what's going on. They just know they're unhappy. And so sinuses a lot of times can be really aggravated when we have allergies. And then sometimes we take things for allergies, but we still have sinus issues or it goes into a sinus infection. So I'm a big advocate of using some type of a nasal cleansing system. Neti Pot being with the longest running, thousands of years old. They have different things now with bottles that you can shoot up, almost like what they used to use with the kids, you know, which are interesting to me. I'm a bigger fan of the Neti Pot, but there's a lot of different other contraptions that you can plug up and all kind of stuff, right? My husband came home one day with some kind of very interesting contraption. I'm like, sure, whatever. Whatever cleanses your sinuses, I'm not mad at it. Because pollen gets in there and it causes these symptoms on and on and on. And so when we get something to sort of get in there and clean it out, then our symptoms can improve dramatically, right? And the idea of it for a lot of people is like, I don't want to shoot something up my nose. Can I just use a nasal spray? A nasal spray is just going to get up one side. Whereas a neti pot or some type of a nasal irrigation system is designed to go through one side and out the other. So you're cleaning out the entire nasal passages that way. And that works really, really well because we know if our nose is clogged and we have to breathe through our mouth, we're losing a lot of our filter. Our nose is designed to filter a lot of the junk and things like that through. And so when we have to breathe in through our mouth, we're not getting that filter. So now we're getting potential things in our throat, which can cause even other issues. So we want to keep those passages clear. And so that can be really good. And just salt water is very effective. But I also know people that will use silver in their neti pot because it's antibacterial, or something like oregano oil. I don't think I've ever gotten that brave. It just sounds like it might burn, but I've definitely used the silver. I also had somebody recommend to me years ago using propolis. Most people aren't familiar with propolis. They're familiar with honey and they're familiar with bee pollen. Propolis is part of the hive that actually kind of sanitizes the hive. It is antibacterial and anti-everything. And so that works very well in the sinus cavity to kill those kind of bacteria also. Those can also be extremely good. I'm also going to bring up something people may not be as familiar with. People think about probiotics. Scott, where do you think about probiotics being in your body?
Gosh, I don't know. I just think about you take them orally and then I don't know what happens after that.
Typically, people think about them being in their intestines, but you have probiotics throughout your body. Bacteria throughout your body. So there's a special type of probiotic that's in your ear, nose, and throat region. And so it also works really, really well for people that have chronic sinusitis and chronic ear infections for kids. Works really well. We have a kid version and we have an adult version. And so people that have issues in that area just constantly can notice a tremendous benefit from doing a probiotic specifically for that area. Not something people a lot of times have really ever thought about. But there's all kinds of different things that you can do to tackle some of these problems. Another thing is diet. There's two things that typically are going to aggravate your sinuses. That's sugar and the other is dairy. Okay. Sugar I pick on a lot because there's no real nutritional value to sugar, right? It's just something that tastes good, but it doesn't provide our body with any nutritional benefit. There's no B vitamins in white sugar. There's no minerals in white sugar. There is in the brown sugar version, but most of what you get is the refined version. There's nothing in it. Dairy does have a lot of benefits, but it's very, very high mucus forming and mucus producing. And this time of year, if you are prone to sinus issues and allergy issues, dairy may not be your friend. So you may find that cutting out dairy, cutting out sugar for a period of time helps your body tremendously in fighting allergies and sinuses, which means I just picked on people's favorite coffee drink with creamer and sugar, right? So
thanks a lot.
We can use a dairy-free creamer, right? You can use an oat milk creamer, an almond milk creamer, or something like that. It's not going to have that mucus perform. Maybe they can, let it cool off a little bit, but it's not piping hot. Put that local honey in there, and now they've got themselves a little bit of an allergy tonic.
So for somebody who has allergies this time of year, and let's say they also enjoy a lot of candy or a lot of the sugary drinks and stuff, it's actually going to contribute and cause more mucus, more problems for you?
100%. And it can run down the immune system, which I mentioned last week is another risk factor for having allergies to begin with. So yes, if somebody has a, 3-4 Coke a day habit, that's something that's not helping their allergies, right? So going on something that's either a sugar-free version or something that's sweetened with stevia or something like that is not going to have those same kind of effects. So that would be a good transition in this time if you're like, I can't get off of these things completely cold turkey. Understandable. There's so many alternatives.
That's fascinating. So that stopped up nose, you're only making it worse by eating that candy bar.
Absolutely.
It's good to know. Again, Sunshine Nutrition Center in both Murfreesboro and Smyrna. Kim Hillsman Dunaway with us. And again, tomorrow, Tuesday, what's happening at Sunshine?
So this is our weekly Super Tuesday special. So all supplements are 25% off. Pills, herbs, multivitamins, all of those type of things, fish oils at both locations.
And where are you located in Murfreesboro and Smyrna?
Here in Murfreesboro, 621 South Church Street, and then in Smyrna, we're located at 901 Rock Springs Road.
Sunshine Nutrition Center, with locations in Murfreesboro and Smyrna. You can hear the segment on WGNS every Monday at this time.
Looking for a lift kit for your truck or Jeep and need the right experts to install it? Look no further than Tire World in Murfreesboro, Smyrna, and Laverne.
Tire World, we keep your family rolling.
Market declines, unemployment, oil prices. Don't let headlines derail your long-term financial strategy. I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Lee Colvin. I'll work with you to help you understand the impact of short-term events and how to be positioned for the long term. We provide the tools for a disciplined approach to investing. Call 615-907-7056 for an opportunity to discuss your situation. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
We're talking with Lynn Drury at the Villages of Murfreesboro.
Well, we were to that age where we realized we needed to make a move. And we investigated and we settled on the Villages of Murfreesboro. And even at the time, we would look at each other and say, are we doing the right thing? And I can't tell you how many times we've looked at each other and we said, we made the right decision. We like everything about it, the Villages of Murfreesboro.
The Villages of Murfreesboro.
Middle Point Landfill's Mike Klassen.
If you're a citizen in Rutherford County, the cost if Middle Point doesn't exist to you as a taxpayer is going to be at least $200 per household per year. But if you live in the city, because you have free disposal in the city, that number is closer to $400 per household on your property taxes right away.
The garbage that we generate will have to be taken 60 miles upstream, and you'll have to cover the charge. We don't want to be up the creek without a paddle. The answer's here, Middle Point Landfill.
If you're not waking up to the Wake Up Crew, here's what you've been missing.
Simultaneous Scooby.
It's in stereo. Don't miss the Wake Up Crew with John, Brian, and Dalton. Weekday mornings from 6 until Swap and Shop.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
With Brian Barrett, John Dinkins, and Dalton Barrett.
It is a Monday morning, April the 14th, episode 1635 of the Wake Up Crew, and it is 7:30 right now.
And yesterday we had some birthdays, some pretty important people too. Amy Bartlett, Linda Hodge, Michael Henley, Michael Dennison, Ty Hargrove. Today, still important people: Wayne Belt, Rachel Calloway, Sarah Cantrell, and Sue Barker.
And there are plenty more important people out there who have not got their birthdays to
They're
us.
all
So birthdays,
important.
anniversaries, you or someone you know, get those in 615-893-1450 or head on over to WGNSradio.com/birthdays so we can give away some banana pudding from Slick Pig Barbecue.
Taking part in Murfreesboro's special census is quick and easy. This is Mayor Shane McFarland. Visit murfreesborocensus.com, fill out the secure form, or complete the special census letter coming to your mailbox. That's murfreesborocensus.com.
It's 7:31 now as we check on traffic and weather together.
Checking your Rutherford County weather. For today, we're looking at lots of sunshine with a high near 85 degrees. Southwest winds at 5 to 15 and gusting as high as 35 miles per hour into the afternoon. Into tonight, chance for showers and thunderstorms return before midnight under cloudy skies with a low around 52 degrees. West-northwest winds at 5 to 15 and gusting as high as 25 miles per hour. Tuesday, lots of sunshine expected with a high near 66 degrees. I am weatherology meteorologist Jay Marslick with your Wake Up Crew forecast. Right now, it's 63 degrees.
Good morning. Starting to build out here in a couple of spots. Here's why we're seeing heavier traffic volume on Vietnam Vets, especially coming westbound as that traffic builds out of Sumner County, Hendersonville, working their way towards Davidson County. It's slow now on 65 northbound and up through Spring Hill as that traffic really starts to pick up on 65 up through Brentwood, Franklin, just up through Williamson County in general. Prince's Hot Chicken has new items on their menu. You can check them out this week by ordering online at princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now an update from the WGNSradio.com News Center.
A Tennessee pastor with deep ties to Maryville and a mission in South Africa has gone missing after being abducted by armed men during a church service in the Eastern Cape Providence. Josh Sullivan, a Maryville native and former Maryville High School football standout, was preaching at Fellowship Baptist Church in Motherwell Township when four masked men stormed into the building, stole cell phones from attendees, and kidnapped Sullivan in his own truck. The vehicle was later found abandoned nearby. Sullivan, a fluent Zhao speaker and dedicated missionary, had been serving in South Africa with his wife and children since 2018. Authorities, including South Africa's anti-gang unit, are investigating the abduction, though no ransom has been demanded. Loved ones, including his mother and his church community in Tennessee, are calling for prayers as the search continues. Here locally in Rutherford County, the Middle Tennessee State University community is mourning alongside golfer Carter Manath, who lost his father and grandparents in a tragic plane crash. The small aircraft vanished from radar while en route to the Tar Heel Intercollegiate Golf Tournament and later was discovered in the Cherokee National Forest in Polk County. MTSU expressed deep condolences and support for Manath, urging the Blue Raider community to keep him in their thoughts during this devastating time. The tragedy has reverberated throughout the MTSU campus in Murfreesboro, uniting the community in shared grief and solidarity. That's all for now. For more local news in a quick and digestible format, but more than just the headlines, be sure to check out the Rutherford Roundup podcast weekdays on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and our website, WGNSradio.com. I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, and I'll talk to you later.
The Good Neighbor Network, on air and online at WGNSradio.com. Rutherford County's most trusted source for local news.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery, making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. I'm Lee Colvin, your Edward Jones financial advisor, and I'd like to help. Stop by our office in the Public Shopping Center on South Rutherford Boulevard or give us a call at 615-907-7056 for a face-to-face appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
With Brian Barrett, John Dinkins, and Dalton Barrett.
7:35 is our time here on News Radio WGNS, and it is time to play a rousing game of Incoherent.
So I'll give an example here of how this game works. I'm going to say some nonsense like, Uno, what dimes, hey, ink. And then you guys will guess what that sentence is supposed to be. For instance, that one is, you know what I'm saying. You know what dimes, hey, ink. You know what I'm saying.
I'm terrible at this game, but
there
go ahead.
is a hint, and I can give the hint.
Okay.
But that will keep me from being able to participate. But first incoherent sentence. Gray C hex. Gray C hex.
Gracie
Hex?
Gracie Hack.
What is the hint?
The hint is old partner.
Old partner. It's about your ex.
Gracie.
I got the X part. I know.
Gracie.
Gracie X?
You just said the
go see X. Go see your ex.
It is Crazy X.
Crazy.
Oh,
Okay.
I got a little bit of it now. I got the X.
I got the X. Jeez. He steals that now.
Sup Bill Thud he. Hint is drama.
Okay, say it again. The phrase.
Sup Bill Thud he. Sup Bill Thud he. Sup-hill the tea.
Uphill battle.
Think your daughter, my wife, says this a lot.
One more time.
I hate you, Dalton.
Sup Bill Thud he. And it's about
Spill the tea.
drama. Yes, spill the tea.
I think that was an extra clue too many that you gave
Maybe
him.
so. Well, you're not playing against each other. You're playing together.
Oh, really? I got the other one.
Gum hit mint dish shoes. The hint is always single. Gum hit mint dish shoes.
And what was the hint?
Always single. Think someone who can't do something for a long time, who can't. Gum hit mint dish shoes.
I give up.
Some mental issues.
No.
No.
Incorrect.
All right, what is it then?
Commitment issues. Commitment issues.
Makes sense when you hear it.
Maybe you could show it to us, too.
I canned tooth his hen neem or. I can tooth his hen neem more.
I can't take this anymore.
Go ahead.
I can't take this anymore.
It is I can't do this anymore. So yes, you guys both got that one.
Notice how I just...
It's
let you have
teamwork.
it. Yeah.
Mir ors elf fee. Mir ors elf fee. Think reflection and pictures. Mir
Took
ors
your own
elf
selfie.
fee.
It's a selfie.
Selfie is one of the words. Mir ors.
Mirror selfie.
That is it. Mirror selfie.
Boy, that is teamwork.
See?
All right, John, I want you to think of yourself. This is a frequent...
I always think of
This is a
myself.
button you click a lot. Fork hop as word. Fork hop as word. Think username.
Password.
Yes.
Forgot password?
Forgot password.
Forgot
yeah.
password. Yes, that is it.
What do you
See,
mean by
now
that?
y'all are getting the hang of it.
Nah, that
We're
was a
almost
slam.
done.
That was a slam.
No, I was trying to give you a hint.
Oh, that was a slam.
How many times this week have you hit that button?
A verification code.
Borheed dope pole. Think Chipotle. Borheed dope pole.
Burrito bowl?
That is it.
Wow, you're good.
Don't think so.
Spawns Ord Boast. Spawns Ord Boast. Think like an ad website.
Sponsored host?
No.
Sponsored, is that one of it?
That is one.
Sponsored, what's the last part?
Boast. Sponsored Post.
Sponsored post.
That's it. Yep.
I didn't. I hate this game.
And that's incoherent.
Find it at the Restore, yeah.
Welcome to the Restore. What are you looking for today?
Do you have any area rugs?
We got it. And all of our lighting is 50% off here at the Restore.
Find it at the Restore.
If you need trim or molding, come on down here to see us at the Restore.
The Habitat Restore at 850 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Murfreesboro.
Remember, we got it today, but it may be gone tomorrow. Find it at the Restore, yeah.
At Heritage South Community Credit Union, you won't find crazy promotions with pages of requirements. You won't find endless phone trees with computer voices. You won't find an out-of-state bank focused on turning a profit. Instead, we help when others won't. We've been doing that for our community since we started in a pencil factory in Shelbyville almost 70 years ago. If you're tired of big banks, it's time to try your local community credit union. Visit heritagesouth.org to learn more. Insured by NCUA.
I am Charlotte Gardner. I've lived at Adams Place for 3 years.
Do you have entertainment?
3 times a week. There's always entertainment. Come on. You can find bridge partners. You can find card game partners. And Mahjong is a very popular game. You never lack for something to do. Never.
Hi, this is Terry Deal at Adams Place. Call me for more information about Adams Place. Phone 615-904-9111.
Adams Place on Memorial across from Walmart.
Mike Clausen with Middle Point Landfill.
The cost if Middle Point doesn't exist to you as a taxpayer is going to be significant.
Trash, let's be careful where we throw it away.
The next closest landfill for Middle Point right now is down in Lewisburg.
Garbage that we generate will have to be taken upstream.
That's about $90 per ton of waste to get it there.
Cost to take out the trash will trickle down to local residents and businesses. The answer's here, Middle Point Landfill. We don't need to take our garbage up the creek without a paddle.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
With Brian Barrett, John Dinkins, and Dalton Barrett.
Well, it is time's up here for this Wake Up Crew edition.
All right, we'll see you later.
Yep, bye-bye.
Bye.
In 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Episode 1635 of the Wake Up Crew. Don't forget, tomorrow's tax day.
Oh,
you got to pay the man.
Money and bunny.
Take my money.
Today, we say good morning to our friends at Middle Tennessee Electric. They power the Wake Up Crew, and their annual Earth Day celebration is coming up on Saturday, the 26th of April. That's not this Saturday, but the next, 10 to 2 on the square. By the way, the next week starts the farmers market on the square. Cool stuff. Check out local and organic products. They've got live music, games for the kids, all kinds of fun things, and free food. So free fun for the whole family. April 26th on the square, and it's 10 to 2, and again, rcearthday.com to find out more information. Saying good morning to Melissa Moulet, our good neighbor of the day, for always just being there for the residents over at the Villages of Murfreesboro and making them feel special, planning special activities, and just being so sweet. Melissa Moulet receives flowers today from Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts and News Radio WGNS as the good neighbor of the day.
Time for the dad joke of the day.
Replay.
Well, Dalton brought the dad joke today.
Oh, yes, I have to say it again, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Take your time.
Yeah, I have more time now, so it might go over better. So there was this community of Jewish people, and most of them were empty nesters, and their sons were coming home for college. And so this one son comes to his mom, and he says, Mom, now that I'm back, I want to let you know that I'm a Christian now. And so this mom, she freaks out. She goes, she talks to her neighbor, and she asks her neighbor, she says, isn't this nuts? She says, you're not going to believe this. My son came home too, and he says he's a Christian. They say, we got to go talk to the rabbi. So they go and they talk to the rabbi, and the rabbi says, you guys are not going to believe this, but my son came home, and he's a Christian now. So the rabbi says, we got to take this straight to God. So they go to God and they start talking, and God goes, you guys are not going to believe this. My son just came home, and he said he's a Christian.
Replay.
Have a little time. You know, it feels better with a little time.
Yeah, it was better. Yeah, much better.
Yeah.
I'll give that, I guess I'm going to give it a 5.
Or you might.
I don't want lightning to strike me. Yeah.
Oh, your halo's shining brighter now.
Yes, thank you.
You have another jewel in your crown.
Yeah.
Well, what are some of the things that we learned today?
My dog ate chocolate. I had to make him vomit.
And how did you accomplish that?
Hydrogen peroxide.
And is this...
and his teeth are clean.
And is this medically safe?
Yes, this is...
Do you mix that with water?
Approved. No, you just... a couple tablespoons and just...
Makes him get sick.
Yeah, makes him throw it up.
They say you can do hydrogen peroxide in water, and it's a good teeth remove stains from teeth.
I'll swish it in my mouth sometimes, like once a month or so. Just.
Do you mix it with water?
Oh. You can actually ingest hydrogen peroxide. It's not poisonous. So, but spit it out.
What do they use hydrogen for wounds?
Well, they used to, but then they found out it doesn't actually
help anything.
Work. Yeah.
Well, they wanted to see if you had bacteria and it bubbled up, that kind of thing. Okay.
But it doesn't clean.
Yeah. It doesn't clean like they used to think it did.
Right.
Yeah.
I drank a big gulp of mouthwash this morning when I went to go to the bathroom at 2 a.m.
Did you swallow it?
I did, because I thought it was water.
Now, why? Oh, okay. That's what I was wondering.
How does that?
My water and the mouthwash were right there where I thought it was. It's dark in the bathroom. I don't turn the lights on. And I picked the bottle up thinking it was water and took a big gulp of it, but it was...
You leave the cap off of your mouthwash?
I apparently did last night.
Boy, you must have been in a fog.
Because that's a big, square bottle.
I mean, you must have been in a fog thinking it was water.
It might have been something else. I don't know.
Did you think it was your little sippy cup thing you got?
No, it was a bottle of water. No.